Bill. You gotta scream.
Are we live yet?
Yeah, we're live.
We're officially live.
Scream, yelling.
Woo! Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Off the Lip Radio Show. Neil?
Broadcasting from Santa Cruz, California.
From the boardroom, which?
With this week's favorite guest.
Before we jump into that real quick,
we're not going to talk about sex.
Good news is the boardroom opens tomorrow.
It's about time.
2 months we've been sitting here missing everybody. So tomorrow we will be here from 11 to 5 for Sidewalk.
And we've been told that we can't talk about sex.
And where's your mask?
It's right here.
Hold on.
Yeah, I forgot. There it is.
Okay.
We've got the necessary shit. Red wine.
Do this.
Red wine, cookies.
Yeah.
And
once again, everybody, if we run on a skeleton crew during this time of year, we will not be able to check messages or comments, but we'd love to hear where you're watching from. So let us know where you're watching from, and we'll hopefully follow up and answer some questions if you do have some. Neil, you want introductions today?
He's this week's favorite guest.
Favorite guest of the week.
This is his third appearance on the Off the Lip Radio Show.
A celebrity, too. Big time celebrity.
Yeah, just ask me.
Bill Miller.
Mr. Bill Miller's in the house. Harvard High graduate.
Harvard High graduate. For those of you who don't know, I've seen him on TV, on the field, during a World Series. And I don't know how many people watching can say they've done that, but I have seen, and fill us in. What, that was two years ago?
Make sure that's close to your mouth there, Billy.
I'm not sure which World Series you went to.
I
Who was playing?
I didn't go. You were there.
I was there, 2017.
Right here.
This is, boom.
The Jane Goodall ball, thank
Jane
you.
Goodall ball, signed by Jane Goodall.
You know, you gave me a ball, and I went to Richard Novak's house and showed it to him, and he kidnapped it. And I had to kidnap it back. And I got it back.
You did?
Yes, I did. I kidnapped it back. He's a huge baseball
ball
fan.
signed by Jane Goodall from the 2017 World Series game. That was the longest World Series game ever, correct?
And you were behind the plate, and you walked off with that ball, right?
I did, that was Game 5 in Houston. I think the final score was 13-10. And 5 hours and 17 minutes, which was surpassed the following year, I believe, by Ted Barrett, who had a 5 hours and something 40-minute game.
So when you walk off a field, when you leave a field and you got your little bag, how many balls fit in that bag?
More than 2.
More than 2.
Yeah.
I know that. But you got
Yes.
10.
I carry 8, 4 in each bag. I carry
Oh, you got one.
double
bag inside.
sided. Yeah.
So when you walk off, oh Jesus, they don't go. Hey, Bill, give us the balls.
I stole that one. Yes.
He had me in mind. You borrowed it.
I borrowed it. That's right, because I needed Jane Goodall's autograph for Neil.
I wonder how many baseballs
Signed by Jane
signed.
And that's just the first one ever she's ever signed.
Number one.
Number 1.
Just to give you an idea, there's Jane Goodall's. That's it right there. Boy, that is an important woman for sure.
Yeah.
So Neil, just to jump the stories here, how did you get Jane Goodall to sign your ball?
Well, remember, Guy Kawasaki, you have to meet Jane Goodall. And so I was in my car, and I'm scrambling around trying to think, I'm going to have Jane sign something. Not a piece of paper, not a back of my beer bottle. I had something, what did I have in my car? And in my car was that baseball.
Wow.
So I grabbed it, and then when I got a chance to talk to her, I go, would you mind signing this? And she said to her assistant, have I ever signed a baseball before? Her assistant goes, this is the first one.
And when you're behind the plate, do you inspect every ball before the game?
Every single one.
So you make sure that
It's rubbed up properly because every baseball is rubbed with mud before it goes out, because when it comes out it's really slick. The leather's slick. And so you put a coating of mud on it. They go through about 9 to 10 dozen a game. And so everyone has to, sometimes it'll be splotches. If the ball hits the dirt or something, it'll cut the ball.
Yeah. And that's where the catcher does that?
Yes, we toss it out and we get another one.
Has there been an inflate gate with baseballs?
Not exactly, but I will tell you a story that Bill Belichick came to a spring training game of mine. It must have been 3 or 4 years ago. He's good friends with Tony La Russa. And Tony came into the umpire's room, and Bill Belichick, it was nice as could be with his wife, and he did ask where the baseballs were. We said, in spring training we don't keep track of them. They just bring them out. He goes, so that baseballs are not secure. It was really funny. It was really funny.
Are they catching up your humidor?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
every ballpark now has a humidor. It started off in the Rockies. You know, that with the elevation, they thought the balls dried out, and so they had these things in a humidor. Now I think every stadium has a humidor, and they have to rub them up no more than 48 hours before the game. All sorts of rules.
And all the balls use the same mud?
Same mud, yeah.
And where's that from?
That mud is from the Delaware River.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know that. That's a
Yeah.
trivia question.
No, well it is. It's amazing because
Lena Blackhorn, I think, is the company that they've been doing it, and they sell tubs of mud for like 60, 70 bucks.
That's a scam.
and then who does the rubbing?
In the minor leagues, it is the umpires. In the major leagues, in the last 15 to 20 years, the clubhouse attendant has taken over that chore for us. So we pay him dearly at the end of each series for rubbing all the baseballs and taking care of it.
And do some people like more mud than others?
That seems to be the problem. A couple of years ago, in fact, that World Series, it became a huge issue with some of the players, some of the pitchers. I can't really name them, but there was a huge issue about how much mud was going on because a lot of times the pitchers want a darker rub ball because the hitters can't see it. It's a darker baseball. And also they want it darker because if there's not enough mud on it, they don't have the grip.
There's a bigger issue. There's a bigger issue with that World Series game right now with Houston. I'm sorry, you can't comment about it, but the supposedly cheating.
Yes.
You know. And
That's all we get.
I've read all the articles.
No comment. No, it makes sense. That's a highly politicized thing that happened.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I understand you can't talk about it. Outside of that cheating situation, have you had like sticky stuff on balls that you're like, hey bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, the thing is with umpires and per the rule book, it is not our job to monitor that. That is actually, if the other team brings it to our attention, then we go after it.
Right.
So a lot of times when baseballs go to the dugouts, they'll be looking because if somebody's cutting a baseball, if they have a tack or something in their glove, what they'll do is when the glove, you put your glove in, they'll put the tack in like on a finger, so the tack's sticking out.
Yeah.
And then they'll take the baseball, they have their glove on, and they'll go bing, bing, bing in a certain spot. So there'll be like 3 lines. And that's so they know exactly where the lines are on what part of the ball. And then when the ball's thrown, it'll move. So
And so if the other manager says, timeout, I want you to go look at his glove.
yes.
Has that happened?
I've only been involved one time. It was Frank Robinson was managing the Montreal Expos at the time, and it was a guy. His pitcher's last name is Day. I want to say Zach Day, but for the was he the Rockies? No, he was for Frank's team, and sure enough, he went to the dugout, and he came out. It wasn't like he was doing anything to the baseball, but he had a blister on his finger. And so a lot of times what these guys do, in order to seal the blister, they'll put super glue on top of the blister.
Right.
So it creates a barrier.
Yeah.
That's illegal. That's a foreign substance. And so sure enough, Frank came, or Frank, we saw it. I went out for I went out to the pitcher's mound, and I heard the manager say, he said, I can't pitch with this. I got super glue on my finger. I went, oh boy, so I got the crew chief in, and the crew chief immediately said to Frank Robinson, did you know he put it on there? Because if he knew, he was done too, but we ejected the pitcher.
Wow.
Frank Robinson said, I had no idea. And the game went on.
Are you missing the game right now, or is it a nice little break?
No, this is what we do. So yeah, I miss it.
Yeah.
Because we're a creature habit. I've been umpiring since 1990. And so this is my 32nd year.
Wow.
And or 31st year.
And you're a crew chief.
And I'm a crew chief.
Crew chief, which means that you're the HMFIC. You head mofo in charge.
Yeah, when the season's going on.
Yeah.
But
Is
for
it
the
the
most
same
part-
crew that you?
Same crew. Yeah, I mean we change it up every year, but it's the same crew. So for the year. So,
And are you on unemployment? What do they say to you? You're not going to work for a while, Bill.
yeah, what we get. This gets a little tricky, but
Yeah.
we get paid over 12 months, and so at the beginning of the year we get paid for not working. At the end of the year, we get paid for or have already done our work. So we just had to renegotiate the contract, the whole 9 yards, blah blah blah. And so we'll be prorated when we come back.
Sweet. And how many games does Bill Miller officiate?
It's changed a little bit. We've gone to. I guess I should be looking over here.
That's fine. That's cool.
We've gone to now with replay. We're in replay for 2 to 3 weeks, so that gets us off the field. But we'll work anywhere between 120 to 125 on the field now,
Yeah.
and then an additional 2 to 3 weeks in replay, and then do another 15 to 22 during spring training.
And then if he gets to the
And then the playoffs.
And then the playoffs.
Yeah, playoffs. So we're working about 150, 160.
And travel.
Oh, I travel.
Yeah, I mean, you're working your ass off.
Could you tell us one manager you'd like to go toe to toe with one more time, have the yelling match with?
Oh, jeez.
Who would you pick?
I don't pick anybody. I don't want it. Because if I do that, then I have to write a report, and then I have to answer to the boss upstairs that they say that the fans don't like it.
Okay, then I'm going to request. What's your most memorable one?
My most memorable is John Farrell in Boston. He was we called a balk and scored a run because his pitcher balked, and he wasn't so happy about that. So he came out and he wasn't happy. And he ended up poking me in the chest, and which I didn't like. So I snapped, and we went face to face and argued pretty good, and then baseball fined me $500.
They did?
Yes, they did.
Which
Is
is
that the worst? Is a poke the worst you've had?
Yeah.
No, I got the worst. The headbutt by Jose Canseco.
Oh!
Yeah, I did get beat. Yeah, beat
By
with his
Canseco.
helmet.
Now, how much
Yeah.
was that fine that Jose Canseco got?
I don't know. They used to send us those. They used to send it, but it was nominal back then, like $50, $100. That was in 1997.
And he was making like what, 20 million? And
No, he was
like
probably making
5 million or
5
something?
or
Yeah,
something.
What do you get fined now for a headbutt? Approximately.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They don't
$5
announce
grand,
it.
10 grand or something, probably.
If there's contact, yeah, then it's probably going to be. I would think. I don't know. They don't disclose it to me.
Have you ever had a situation behind the plate to where your jewels got hit by a ball?
Oh yeah.
Yes, but
That was-
not as many as times that I would think after 30 some odd years. I knock on wood.
Have you ever gotten in one right there and fell over?
I have not.
Have you ever seen
No.
anybody do that?
I have, and it's not a good sight with him writhing in pain on the ground.
Right.
Well, mine.
You got hit in the chest though. One time, it was recently. I think I saw pictures of wherever you on your back laying out.
Did not get hit in the chest
Where was
and
it?
fall
Your
to
head?
the ground.
He's making stuff up.
We gotta talk about sex. We gotta make shit up. Sex question.
I did not get hit in the chest. I got a chest protector on.
Why'd you get hit?
Was I crying? There's no crying in baseball. I just watched that with my girls, by the way. We got
So you haven't been hit by a ball so hard that you fell over?
I have. I've hit the ground twice in my career. One time I got hit right square in the knee, right between the pads. Ah, God, it killed. Yeah.
Dropped you.
Dropped me. I mean, it was sort of like the doctor. You remember as a kid with the little hammer?
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, you hit your knee and your leg goes like that. That's exactly what happened.
Well, that's like a funny bone right there.
Yeah. I was squatted down to call the pitch, and boom, it hit me, and I was like, whoop. I was up, fell around, spin. Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm sure you've seen everything, the collisions, the broken bones. What would be, like, in your mind, looking back, the worst of that situation?
I was at a spring training game with Robin Ventura. This is in Florida, probably like 98 or 99. And Robin Ventura in Sarasota slid into home plate, and his leg, like, compound fracture. And I was at third base, and I saw it.
The bone come out.
And I saw it. It was just like, it was still inside the sock. But, oh my God, it was, the home plate umpire, like, called him out and had to turn away. It was terrible.
Wow.
It was terrible.
Well, hey, it's a fast. You move fast and do stuff like that.
Yeah, we don't get too many injuries, though. I mean, more like pulled hamstrings.
Right. And I always seem to see a squirrel or a cat or something running across the field. Best wild animal story. You got one?
I don't really have any. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. You see
maybe
those?
a cat or every now and then, but yeah, I don't even know how a cat gets
Not even in
on the
spring
field.
training. spring training games, the minor league, but you came up through the minor leagues, correct?
I did,
Obviously you
yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
Was that fun, or was that just brutal?
It
for an
was
umpire?
fairly brutal, yeah. Hindsight, I guess we can laugh at the stories and all, but it was, minor leagues are brutal. I'm not gonna lie.
Because
the amount of pay you get and the travel that you're doing, I mean, nobody's driving your bus. You're like, I'll tell you, I'll give you a story. In 93, I worked with two umpires, Ted Barrett, made it the big leagues, another guy, Mark Aramowski. And we worked a three-man system in the Texas League. There were only 3 teams in Texas. The other ones, I mean, we had Little Rock, we had Jackson, Mississippi, Shreveport, Louisiana, Omaha, Nebraska, Wichita, Kansas. I mean, it was spread out. So sure enough, we go through the year, and you take turns driving these long drives. I mean, El Paso, Texas, to Shreveport or Jackson is literally like 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
And you do it overnight.
Right.
No,
So
no
you-
private jet.
Yeah, no private jet. And a lot of the teams were flying, but not us. So we were driving, and so sure enough, the next year there were budget cuts. So they docked us $500 a month in pay. They took the vans away that they rented for us, so we had to rent our own cars, and they took a guy away. So then there was just 2 men. Oh, it was brutal. That wasn't fun at all.
What about baseball budget cuts? Seems like
Well, back then, it was minor leagues, I'm
Back in the
sure.
day,
Yeah.
I mean, they're always trying to save a buck. I mean, everybody did that, yes. So.
I know you probably don't have an idea when baseball resumes. Has there been discussions about this?
Just what I read in the paper. You know, they keep us informed a little bit, but it seems to me that they're looking now, just the articles I've read, is maybe a spring training somewhere in June, and maybe the season starts up in July. That's kind of what they're saying.
Would it be weird to have games in empty stadiums?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
The fans drive it. You know, the fans drive any sport. You know, if there's not that energy there, I think the players are going to suffer. I think everyone's going to suffer a little bit because it's not the same, but it needs to go on.
right?
You know, it needs to go on. People need to see the normalcy of American society. And that kind of starts with baseball because there's a game every day.
Well, I mean, it's the American pastime.
You know, when you think about baseball,
Yep.
it is American at 100%. And hopefully you're back. I mean, geez, I mean, we get to open our doors tomorrow for sidewalk sales, and this is the weirdest time in history, you know, for us.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah, you've been down for 2 months.
2 months, yeah.
Have you been doing curbside sales?
Nope.
Oh, so you just down.
Down. Closed doors. Down. And you know, it's really the hardest part is I've been told by people that skateboarding is a transportation, and it is. And I've had emergency calls from people who commute to work on their skateboards and need parts, and I help them out.
And I could legally, through my council, open, but I don't want people driving by. I'm a community business.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting the time, and I'll lose the money, and we'll struggle to make it back up. But I feel like I owe it to the community to support what's going on.
Yeah, I think everyone's doing the right thing. I
Yeah,
think, you know, but it needs to come back. You know, hopefully they find a vaccine.
Well, we had Chief Mills on the show 2 weeks ago, and he was, at the time he was saying that currently in Santa Cruz County there's 1 person in the hospital.
With
Well,
the
I think
coronavirus.
it's more, I don't know, but not very many.
Yeah. No, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think Santa Cruz has done a pretty good job
Mm-hmm.
of locking everybody down and people doing their part. So hopefully we can all move forward and
I agree.
get back to.
Player you enjoy watching the most?
Over the years.
Oh, geez, like
Has there been
acting.
one or?
Well, you know what? I just enjoy it. You enjoy guys that like swing the bat. I mean, the guys that swing the bat and hit the ball. They hit the ball hard. It's a tough thing to do. The ball's moving. Square that ball up. It's pretty exciting to see.
Yeah. Well, and not only is it moving towards the home plate, it's moving in all different. I mean, it's
Yeah, I love telling that, like Vladimir Guerrero, when he was with the Expos and the Angels, he was going to swing, and he was going to hit, and
Yeah.
so there were times when the ball would bounce in front of home plate, he still hit it. I mean, he was that good. His eye-hand coordination was fantastic.
Yeah. During the steroid era, did you notice guys come to the plate?
I just looked roided out. Or was it you
Yes.
scratch your head, you're like, what the heck?
Yeah. You just stand. I'm a fairly big guy. Standing next to some of those guys, just saying, wow.
Because I remember like
Wow.
Mark McGuire's
Oh.
arms, like they were just
Huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
Wow. And so who's the? And it seems to me the pitchers now are like 8 feet tall.
Everybody's huge. Everybody throws the ball hard.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they want. It's unfortunate because there's so many good pitchers like the Maddox and the Glavins and even Pedro Martinez. You know, that had such great control that their ball moves so much. You don't have to be that power pitcher.
Yeah.
You know, but nowadays everybody wants the big
It's all
guys.
about the
You know,
fastball.
it's like,
Oh, they want guys that throw 100
You know-
miles an hour.
you're a soccer fan, right? You played, well,
Yeah, my dad played high school soccer.
right, but look at these soccer players, they watch the Premier League, you see these guys are huge.
Oh,
You know, I remember playing soccer and like, there's some short guys, but now everyone's just so, it's just.
everybody's
massive.
tall?
Everybody's big.
Well, then you put them up on top of the mound.
Oh,
And I
shoot.
mean, you're just looking at.
Do you ever look at a guy and go, "Oh crap, this guy throws it hot"?
Yeah, and I just kind of like squeeze behind the catcher because I don't want to get hit. I got that earlier.
Yeah.
Because I get hit in the chest, I fall down apparently. Right?
Yeah. Should the steroid era just be part of baseball? Like, you know, Mike McGuire going to the Hall of Fame, maybe Barry Bonds going to the Hall of Fame. Do you think it should be a part of baseball over the years, maybe over the centuries? That's just an era.
I
of
think people are
baseball.
going to remember it that way. Yeah, it's not my choice whether or not people go to the Hall of Fame or not.
I think you should go to the Hall
Everybody
of Fame.
has rules. I would love to visit. Yeah, I've never been.
You haven't?
No,
Huh?
I'd like to go.
Being a historian of the league,
Yeah,
you know.
kind of just seeing kind of my generation of people coming up.
I remember a Bill Miller fact. I remember a Bill Miller fact from show number 1.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
His,
See here.
his favorite stadiums.
Oh.
His favorite stadium.
Oh.
And he said Yankee Stadium.
Because there's a restaurant.
No,
It's open
yeah,
until 4 in the
Yankee
morning.
Stadium and Wrigley Field. Those are the two.
Is that what I said?
That's what you said.
Okay.
Because you can get a beer after the game.
Yeah, it's nice. It's you know when people work late, you know that you can get a beer or cocktail after the game and things aren't closing down.
Yeah.
You know, so Chicago, anywhere in Chicago, New York.
You get a frosty. So it's not about the history of the stadium. It's about getting a frosty afterwards.
It's just work, man.
Yeah, it's work.
Yeah, it's
Well,
work.
how long does it take for you to get out of there? Like the game's over, you know, the lights click off. How long does it take for you to get out?
You know, we're in the locker room probably anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour, 15. Just it depends if we have any reports, anything happened in the game or something like that. But you know, shower, get a bite to eat. Usually the locker room, the clubhouse attendant has dinner there for us.
Oh, so you get a little snack out.
Yeah, get a little snack out.
And when you leave the stadium, is there ever a guy saying "fuck you, Bill Miller" on the way out? Like, you,
Yeah, we try to slide through the slide doors.
you put on like
we
a
do have
disguise.
security that walks us out. We do, but I like the fact that nobody knows who I am. Like I
You
don't,
sneak out of there.
I don't have
pretty
a
good.
presence, so people don't know who I am.
I mean, I would like
Carry a thing of water bottles or something. I look like a water boy or something on the way out.
So,
You got a question over there?
I got a question. I got a question. Yankee Stadium, or maybe some of the stadiums in the South, you got mosquitoes that are, you know, size of this computer right here, right? And it's 140 degrees. The strike zone, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's 14 to 14 score. Does the strike zone get bigger?
They can't.
It can't.
They can't anymore. Yeah.
Oh, we
Because
should
we
go
got the
replay.
electronic
We
deal.
got electronic. We get evaluated on every pitch we render a call on. So any ball that's not fouled off or put in play, we get graded on.
Because remember that World Series game you talked about with that ball game?
Yes.
You got, a lot of people said that you were incorrect on a lot of balls strike calls.
And they were incorrect.
And they were incorrect because
That's correct.
your replay guy said, no,
Yes.
you were right, and every one of them but one, I think it was.
No, I think I missed like 7 or 8 pitches. It was a 10-inning game, but I had some extraordinary amount of number of pitches.
Right.
So many runs were scored.
And is that like going to the principal's office after the game and getting that, like, if you have a couple of questionable calls?
Yeah, you just don't want to, as an umpire, you just don't want to miss them in the big parts of the game. I mean, that's what it comes down to. I mean, you miss a strike 1, you miss a strike 3. It's a big difference.
Yeah.
You know, so you want to be consistent, but even the machine's not consistent. So what's grading us isn't consistent, but it's kind of what's accepted. All right. I mean,
And,
that's,
yeah, one more question I have. I see guys on.
You know, the guy's standing there, strike 3, and he starts mouthing off.
yeah.
What's the point? Do you give him you let him have a little bit of mouth, and then
Do you tell him, hey,
We find that when that happens, if you don't make a stand, then the next guy is going to do it, and the next guy is going to do it. Now that's what a lot of fans don't understand. is that if you just let one guy like rip you and get personal with you, well then the catcher hears it and he goes back to the dugout and tells his team. And so like a lot of umpires are get a bad rap because they take care of their business. But we're trying to manage a game. We're running the game. And so it's important that there's a line.
Right.
And they know what the line is. Don't ever mistake that. Like the players know, managers know what that line is.
Yeah.
And most of our ejections, I want to say, come from they just won't leave.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
They just won't.
Right.
They won't.
Yeah.
Like they won't leave. I try not to engage too much, but they just won't leave, and so eventually you have to just throw them out. 'Cause that's what they want.
And to get their team riled up or something along
Oh,
those
sure.
lines, you know. But I see
Yeah.
in NBA, there's a bad, everyone thinks there's a bad call, and the players on the sideline,
Very
and,
well phrased.
and the official just stands there and just stares. I mean, this guy says Jabba John in his ear, and
Yeah, they'll tee guys up. We don't have that option. Like we don't have a technical foul. We don't have a flag we can throw on the field, so
Ow.
a 15-yard penalty. Ours is either we issue a warning and that's no penalty, or we eject, and then so it goes from here to here in a hurry. So
and
ours is
give a
not-
move. Give a move like
Do you practice that?
I don't practice.
Just throw it. Say,
I try not to use it because then I have to write reports.
This is the third time on the show, and every time we try and get him, we try and
to
get
do the move.
the strikeout ball.
The Leslie Nielsen of the Naked Gun. Yeah. Hey, 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 hey.
So is Canseco your favorite one that you tossed? Is that,
No, that was my first. So I don't know who my favorite is. It just I don't enjoy any of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because I have to write reports. I don't want to write reports. I want to go after the game. I want to have a beer and go see my friends and move on.
so you say that? You go, hey dude, I'm gonna throw your ass out of here, but I gotta write a report, so get the hell off the field.
That's exactly it.
Let me talk about the state of the game. You know, now I know they're trying to shorten the games down a little bit
Yeah.
because kids' attention spans are a lot less.
Yeah.
And do you see you still coming to the game? Do you still see it as a popular game? Or
I
is it
do.
big?
I think they're trying to protect the fans a little more too. I mean,
Nets.
they put nettings now in all the ballparks, all the way down the line.
People get shellacked.
And then, well, that's because people are on their phones. They're not paying attention.
Right, right.
It's been like this for since the game started, and now because we're all on our phones,
Yeah.
we have to
Good point.
protect the kids.
I think Japan really went after that first,
I
right?
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And do you think that's a good idea?
I do because it scares me. It's scary. Like when you see kids in the front row, and they're closer to the plate than their parents are. Oh, it makes me nervous.
I watched a video
Yeah.
on YouTube of the closest calls in baseball, where a guy's like, grabs the ball and like saves somebody. You know, like the most amazing stuff. A bat comes flying in there, and this guy just like reaches up and grabs it.
Yeah.
You've
So-
seen those. And when
Yeah.
bats go, you probably
and they've done a good job because even like 5-6 years ago, the bats, that was a huge issue. Bats were just splintering, and so I think they formed a committee and have like I don't know what it is. They either they uniform the wood,
Yeah.
made certain standards where you can't go like certain ounces less, but you don't see nearly as many broken bats as you used to.
Yeah.
well, that's gotta be scary being behind the plate and having splinters fly.
I just don't want to get hit. I don't
Yeah.
want to get hit with a broken bat that kind of latches on, doesn't come apart.
Oh,
in the
right.
head. So some umpires are wearing the hard helmet. We got 2 or 3 guys wearing a hard
Are
helmet.
you wearing one? No.
No,
No?
just a hat and mask. So some people got a hockey mask because they think it deflects the ball a little bit more than a traditional mask that absorbs, because concussions are such a big deal.
I just don't know how you could do that with a 7-foot dude throwing over 100 miles an hour and trying to kill you.
Like I said, I position myself right behind the catcher.
You like those big catchers.
Yeah, big catcher, and just please, I don't want to get hit.
Wow. And then, like you said, you've seen people get hurt. Do you feel that the safety equipment is adequate?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, you just got a pad.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, the umpires used to have that big balloon,
Yeah.
that
Oh, the
they put
pad.
out right in front of them.
Yeah.
They would never get hit. But
Took it away?
yeah, I don't think they were as consistent because they were up so much higher. So without that, with the inside protector, you're able to get lower, see the inside pitches. Otherwise, you're just working over the top.
What's the hardest thing to umpire? Which one do you get the most shit at?
It just depends on what fans show up. Like sometimes when the place is packed, you don't hear anything. It's just like a buzz. But when there's nobody there, you hear everything. Everything.
Do you get nervous like when it comes to playoff games, World Series? You get jacked up like the players would obviously do for a World Series game.
I don't get jacked up. I just want to slow everything down, see the pitches, try to slow your timing down, just so you just don't want to make a mistake. That's the bottom line. You just don't want to make a mistake.
Right.
So.
And especially when in some of those big games, millions of people are watching you.
Yeah.
Not make mistakes.
Yeah. It just you're at a point where you don't want to be the person that caused somebody to lose the game.
Do you tape your games?
Every game's taped.
But you don't.
I get everything on a computer.
Oh, you do. So you can watch. And do you go back and watch?
Every single pitch.
You watch every pitch over after the game?
Well, it'd be the next day.
Right.
'Cause by the time they process it, as far as setting the lines to the lower,
you had to.
upper limits, so it's.
Has anything changed for you as far as what you called from when you first started?
Oh, sure.
30 years ago?
Yeah. Shoot, when I first came to the big leagues, I mean, seriously, 4 inches off the plate was just a strike. But you didn't call anything at the knee. If that catcher's glove moved down, you balled. The catcher went up like this, you balled. Even the strike zone is like the midpoint between the shoulder and the belt. And then the top of the strike zone is way up here.
Yeah.
But you couldn't call that. If I called that, I would eject people, and then I wouldn't get hired as a triple A.
Right.
So you kind of conform to what everybody's doing. And I think back in the day, 3-4 inches off the plate became a normal strike because the dugouts couldn't see if the pitch was up or down. I mean, they can see if it's up or down, excuse me.
Yeah.
But they can't see if it's in or out.
Right.
And so that's kind of where it went. When we, back in, must have been 2000, 2001, 2, when they started doing the automated strike zone, now they got the edges of the plate, and they wanted the high pitch calls and the low pitch calls. So it has changed.
When you get like a guy like Nolan Ryan that just seems to be firing him in there, and you got the other pitchers that make the ball move, which one's hard to call?
I mean, if you have like a Tim Wakefield knuckleballer for the Red Sox, it's just no fun because it's not consistent. The ball just is moving all
Is
over.
that something someone like him would be the hardest to umpire?
It would be. It's difficult. Your
Yeah.
concentration level is you're like calling the pitch truly as you probably should be on every pitch, where it is in relation to the plate at that time. Now it's. But I'd rather have somebody that's just consistent. Like the inside corner.
Right.
Do you have a favorite pitcher that you knew this guy was finesse? Did you have someone you really enjoyed? Like,
I got such a bad memory. I mean, I just want people to throw strikes.
right.
If they throw strikes,
You're out
the
of
guys
there.
are going to swing the bat.
Mhm.
If the guys swing the bat, that's less pitches that I have to call.
Right.
And the fans like it too.
Yes,
You know?
everybody likes it because
They
there's more
want to see
action.
the ball. They want to see it.
Baseball wants it.
Right.
Baseball wants pitchers to throw strikes. Baseball wants guys to swing the bat. But the whole Billy ball or whatever. It's not Billy ball, money ball.
Moneyball, yeah.
They try to work the pitcher. They try to get the pitcher's pitch count up because the starter is the best pitcher in the game on that team. And then the relievers come in progressively. They're not as talented, supposedly. And so they want to get the pitch count up for the starting pitcher. That's why they take so much.
Do you think they need baseball to change anything as far as the length of the games? If they make the game shorter, what could baseball do?
I can't do it. I mean, you can't adjust the 9-inning game. That's
Yeah.
baseball's that's historical. I mean, that's what everybody refers to. I just think that they need to encourage guys to swing the bat. I personally think they need to open up the strike.
You can't take away the breaks.
Yeah.
You can't take away the breaks needed for like television revenue and stuff too. There's like
the game, the commercial breaks between innings is always something. It always goes up in the playoffs, but we all realize that's where the money's made.
Mhm.
That's why the players make the money. That's where my paycheck comes from. The advertisers. That's how you guys are still in business, right, Neil?
That's right. So that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
Can
baseball.
we plug anybody right now?
Yeah, plug in a little plug here.
We used to take breaks in the old days. I don't know. Now we just do marathon.
Are we gonna say our
Have a glass of wine. Have a
we're
glass
gonna
of
announce
wine.
our sponsors
real
right now?
quickly.
Here we go,
If you
folks.
missed the show, you can check out the show on podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, TuneIn Radio, even Amazon Alexa.
I had just told me they did that. They asked Alexa.
Alexa,
Off the radio show.
off the radio show. This Captain John Rivera from Coldwell Banker, captain of the Chardonnay, and Santa Cruz Homes by Captain John Rivera's website. Santa Cruz Mountain Brewery. Man, I wish I had one of those beers right now. I'm loving Amber.
You haven't seen
Thanks,
Amber
Emily.
lately?
Haven't been over there. They've been closed. Sean Rowe by Farmers Insurance at MF is still stealing all my waves. Give him a call, 462-3222. Farmers Insurance with Sean Rowe by Surf City Sandwich. I want to thank Fig,
Hey, Fig.
who is now
Hi,
down
Fig.
living in Gilbert, Arizona. I want to thank Fig for sponsoring the show, Surf City Sandwich. Brother Timmy from Pono Hawaiian Tap Room.
Timmy.
Chill Out Cafe, where they
Roll the fatties.
do roll the
Right
fat.
over there.
H&H Fish. I will suggest that Bill heads down to H&H Fish for salmon.
A lot of salmon.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got some the other day. It was
I tried to catch one today. I couldn't.
right below Johnny's Harvest.
How much a pound?
They gave
$20
it to me.
a pound probably.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
People's Coffee, simply the best coffee in town on 17th and
And they're
Broadway.
open.
Aloha Island Grill, thanks Numa.
Numa.
Through the Wave Clock, your nautical station for waves and tides showing you real-time ocean conditions. That's at thewaveclock.com. The kayak connection is going to be opening up. You can get back out in the harbor. You can get back in Elkhorn Slough. I want to thank Merch for Socks.
Oh, I'm not having that today. Shoot. You got him on.
Merch for Socks, thanks Cindy Boosenhart, and I want to thank Seabright Deli. Have you been to Seabright Deli yet?
I have not.
Holy smokes. Oh my god.
Good
Seabright
spot.
Deli on Seabright
What
next
should I
to
order?
Brady's.
He gets everything there.
Yeah, and Jamie Jansen from Santa Cruz Core. I will be back soon because I need to lose at least 25 pounds.
Everybody
you
does.
could lose about 20.
The entire
Apparently, the big guy over here.
I'll see you at the deli.
That's it. Thanks for all those guys sponsoring the operation.
Thank you. And support our sponsors too, everybody. They're all great people.
And really quickly before we go, tomorrow night we got a big
Big
show.
tomorrow
Big
night.
show. Another one of our
Your
favorite
favorite
guests.
guest.
Tomorrow's favorite guest.
Tomorrow's favorite guest. No, we have a secret show.
Secret
tomorrow.
show. Yeah.
So stay tuned.
Yeah. Secret
And
show.
it's going to be amazing. So we
Unbelievable.
are going to be here tomorrow with a
5
special show.
Around 5:30.
Yeah.
Special show.
Bill might be here.
I'm invited.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let me
You
check
ain't
my
doing anything
schedule.
else.
Free.
What else we got for Bill?
I can't wait until baseball resumes. And
Yeah.
do you feel like you are in like a weird zone? Because
Fish out of water.
yeah, you have 30 years plus of doing this
Yes.
routine.
I've never been home in April.
Playing golf?
They've
No.
been closed. They
They've been
just opened on Monday.
Have you golfed yet?
I have not golfed yet, but I have my clubs. I'd like to go to the range and maybe hit a couple more.
How's the jogging coming on? Running?
I walk almost every
You?
day.
Attaboy.
I'm really bummed you didn't bring the missus tonight.
Yeah.
We
There's a
miss
reason-
her.
There's a reason for that.
She's homesick. Yeah. You better, love.
Is she watching?
All right, there's a reason for that.
Questions for her that we're not going to get answers
Yeah,
to.
Michelle.
We
She
went-
wanted to be here. She did.
We went on the sex tour last time.
Yeah, I know. We really got her fired
Scared
up.
her.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've been known to do that.
If you bring your wives, maybe she comes next time.
All
Right.
right, well, that's a deal. That's a deal.
You good?
Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah.
Phil, Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Phil, thank you so much.
Hey, you guys got to check this place out. I haven't been in here in probably a year. I haven't been on the show. And I was at the old radio
Radio
station.
station.
Yeah.
This place is killing.
Right.
It's unbelievable. The
Right.
memorabilia in here, and the every shirt and hoodie known to man, and
Yeah.
stickers.
Stickers,
Just
too.
look at the stickers.
As Jimbo Phillips says, stickers!
Thanks, Bill, for coming on the show.
Bill, it's great to see you. I can't
Great
wait
to
to
see you,
see you
buddy.
behind the plate. I'm hoping
Soon.
that happens soon.
Me too. Sooner rather than
Yeah.
later.
Jane says hi too, by the way.
Well, America needs baseball, man. And, you know, we need to get things back.
Yeah.
And so I hope it happens soon for you.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
You guys, tomorrow night, big show, just so you know. And thank you for tuning in. And if we have comments, we'll try to get back to you when we can. Good night, everybody. Until next time. Neil, thank you very much. Bill Miller in the house, everybody.